Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Detour Ahead podcast. The only podcast where the night before they're supposed to record, one of the co hosts pours their heart out about how much they love the show and how excited they are to record it again. And then the next day, the other co host goes out with her friends and doesn't do the show. And then you have to reschedule it an additional 3 days. I'm your host, Riely, joined, of course, by Alex. Which one of us did which? You decide.
Hi, it's me. We'll let you figure out who did it.
It's ambiguous. That's why I said she.
We'll let you figure out which one it was.
Who
Leave your answer in the comments below.
could it be?
Just make a straw poll. Who did it?
Who did it?
No context, just who did it, and just put Alex or Riely.
Alex or Riely? Who could it be?
Who did it? Welcome to Detour Ahead, everybody.
Woo!
We back.
We back.
Scheduled podcast.
Oh, you cutting out a little bit, Alex.
Oh, it's because I'm like far away from the mic. I'm blah 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 blah. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Fine. You make me turn noise suppression on, so I have to actually like talk into the mic now.
Yeah, face the fucking mic, Alex.
Fuck you. The mic is too far away anyway. It's up above the monitors. You just don't want the squeakies of my chair and audio. It's not my fault.
You just got to make sure you're on the mic. You got a saying around here, and it's "get on the fucking mic." That's a quote from the Dick Show. I've been listening to a lot of Biggest Problem in the Universe and the Dick Show for the past 2 weeks. Dick Masterson is an entertaining man. Everybody should go listen to Biggest Problem in the Universe, the new one with Dick and Vito. Very good show. Live stream every Friday night. Biggestproblem.show. Go there.
I've heard largest issue so many times to the point where biggest problem doesn't even seem real. It feels like they're just making fun of you guys now at this point.
Even though it's complete the opposite of that, and they came way before us, and we're just like a little
it's weird hearing biggest problem like they're doing a spin-off of largest issue.
Yeah, no,
I've heard largest issue too much to believe that biggest problem is the original.
Yeah, biggest problem outdates us by I think 5 years. I think largest issue came out in 2019, and the original biggest problem in the universe came out in 2014.
Understandable. Fair. For real. No cap.
You should listen to Biggest Problem. Everybody who I convinced to listen to Biggest Problem loves it, so I think you should listen to Biggest Problem.
I don't listen to podcasts that much anymore, just because, the only one I listen to is Distractable, honestly.
That's fair.
But I have to be in a very specific mood for podcasts. Like, Distractable is only, like, one day out of the month where I just let 8 episodes build up and then just listen to it all day while running around at work. So.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like you would probably... The original Biggest Problem, it just has this special quality to it that, like, it's like magic. Whenever I just like show it to somebody, they listen to it and they immediately become addicted to it. It's like it just has this magical quality. Like the chemistry truly was lightning in the bottle, which is why it's unfortunate that the breakup of that podcast is like the most ugly breakup in podcast history. And it involved a multi-million-dollar lawsuit.
Jesus.
But
I thought the biggest breakup was Peg and Colo.
Oh, yeah. Second biggest breakup was Dick and Maddox. The first is Peg and Colo.
Wow, that's still crazy that Peg and Colo, we can't even bring it back because neither of us go by Peg or Colo anymore. Alex is still relatively
you say that,
new,
but I have a show with my friend Silas called the Peg and Dazu Show. And the joke is that that's both of our old usernames. Like, he is not Dazu anymore. I am not Peg anymore.
See, technically, I am still
Colo. We came up
Colo.
with the show. That's true.
I am technically Colo. Like... Colo-Chew is no longer a name, it's a brand. That's basically what I've done here.
So what I want to know
is a brand.
What I want to know is when I credit you, if you come on one of my podcasts that is not also yours, and I credit you as a guest, do I put featuring Colo-Chew or do I put featuring Alex?
What do you do for our guests here?
I usually do their usernames, but usually they also go by their usernames. Well, no, I guess Robin didn't go by Inside Alloy, and I called her Inside Alloy in the title.
Yeah, you do the usernames, I
Okay,
guess.
so it would be featuring Colo Chew. And then usually in the description, I'll put like Colo or like Inside Alloy, aka Robin, or I guess for your case, Colo Chew, aka Alex.
Yeah,
Hey, there you go. I answered my own question. We got it.
yeah, just a little help. No, it's just Kolachu is a brand. It's the username. It's the YouTube name. It's the name literally everywhere on the internet. You search Kolachu, that's me.
Crank gameplays.
Not anymore.
I
Not
know.
a, not anymore.
It's the only example I can
Ethan
think
Nestor
of, but
now.
it's not. He doesn't do it anymore.
But yeah, how you been? It's been a couple weeks since we've actually talked.
It has been. Our last 2 episodes were recorded on the same day, so
Were
it's been
they?
a hot
Did we
minute.
double? No,
Yes.
we didn't know. We didn't double up.
No, it was the same night. I'm 100% certain of this. It was the same
Oh, we
night.
did the bracket one for last week. That's
Yep.
right. I forgot about that. That's why we doubled up. Okay. I was like, there's no way we had 2 separate conversations for 2 episodes. There's no way. But
We had
no.
a vice for one of those conversations. So,
but anyway, how you been? How's
all
life?
right. You know, not great, but we fine. We ball.
We out here.
We out here. We out here.
It's all right. It's just a canon event. It'll pass.
I'm just going through some character development right now. I'm having a character arc.
Dude, that's my fit. Look, I saw on Twitter the other day. It was literally, we're no longer using "it is what it is." It is what it is. It's just a canon event. It'll pass.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how many more "it is what it is" YouTubes I have in me. It's like the most tragic statement in history.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Many such cases.
I have no fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. The only funny thing that Raging Gingy has ever sent me in the history of our friendship.
And how is Gingy? I'm asking the wrong person. I
Yeah,
realize that.
my
I should be
interactions with
asking
Gingy are
Gingy
like
how Gingy is doing. But I haven't talked to
exactly
that man in so long.
every like 2.5 weeks we'll like VC once and half of it will be silent. So like I'm not super versed on how he's doing either. But he seems okay. He's living with a new girl. They seem to be happy together.
Good. That's good.
And
That's good. That's
I
good.
think he
That's
has
good.
a
That's
new
good.
job or some shit. That's pretty cool.
All right. Anything new with you in these past 2 weeks?
Nah, same old, same old.
Nothing to update the podcast on? Nothing going on? Nothing in the little world of Riely down in hot piece of shit land?
I really can't think of anything significant now.
Are we just gonna?
No.
So every week you say nothing really new has happened. Are you just gonna start at some point instead of saying no? Are you just gonna start reading Florida Man clips? But
Just say they're me.
yeah,
Yeah, this week I robbed a Starbucks at knife point while wearing a wife beater. I assume that's happened in Florida. Sounds like a Florida occurrence.
Riely wears "fuck the police" shirt to court, wins case.
Let's go. I'd be a hero in that scenario.
It's fucking Florida. It's Florida Man, dude. I love Florida Man. Florida Man's so good.
I used to have a podcast about Florida Man. It was short lived, but it was a good time. It was called Florida Man Starts Podcast, which was funny because I was a Florida man. And the premise of the show was that it was me and Andrew. And Andrew would just bring in a bunch of Florida Man articles and we would riff about them.
Florida Man suspected of using private plane to draw giant radar penis.
Let's go.
Dude, I gotta get off Florida Man. This is not a Florida Man podcast. This is
We can
not
make this
about
the Florida Man episode.
We have something else to talk about.
That's true. I want to hear how you've been, and that's going to be a long conversation because
It's going to be a decent sized conversation. Right? It's going to be decent size. I'm terrible at summing things up really, really well. So I'm going to try and get a little bit of story going. So this past weekend I went to Colossal Con over in Sandusky, Ohio, over where Cedar Point is. it's fine because it's past, so I really don't care that people knew I
Yeah.
was there. I don't care.
If you
So
take your time machine to a week ago and then you go to CedarCon or whatever the fuck Colo just said, I already forgot. Um,
Colossal.
Colossal Con, yeah. Then you can find her. You can find Alex and execute her for her crimes.
So it was, oh my god, it was so much fun. I got such a confidence boost from like the type of swimsuits that I was wearing and stuff, like bikinis and stuff. Like I'm
Hell yeah.
not like the skinniest dude in the world, but I'm also like not fat. I weigh like 200 something, but I'm also 5'5", so like it's not great, but like I got compliments and I was like, "Oh my god, thank you."
Oh my god, yes.
Like real white girl energy, which is fitting now, but yeah.
You're making the
So
transformation. You're like the cover of an Animorphs book. You're turning into a true white woman.
God damn it. You had to bring up fucking Animorphs. But like I got a big confidence boost from it. It was really nice seeing everybody from the previous con because the last con I went to was back in January and I hadn't seen anybody since then. So it was really nice to see everybody. Lot of late night bonding over alcohol and just sharing stories of like what's going on in our lives and stuff and figuring out that some of us have similar problems going on and we really bonded over that. And I made like lifelong friends and it's the first I got real emotional too. Like cried a few times, but like happy tears because I was like, wow, I've finally found a group of friends that cares about me as much as I care about them. And I've been searching for this for like a very long time.
What are
But
me and Penguin? Chopped liver?
you guys are great. It's just I sit in my room and talk to you guys. These are outside people.
That's fair. That's fair.
You guys are figments of my imagination. I found real people.
We gotta get the trio together in real life at some point. We
At some point
gotta
we will. At some point we will. Um
perhaps the foursome, but I don't know. Gingy's on ice a little bit still.
it's definitely us three for sure. Um but yeah, I had an amazing time. It was so good. I didn't actually spend that much money, but like it was just really really nice. It was consistent. I was drunk like probably 75% of the time. I was there
Base.
Wednesday to Sunday and I was drunk not like probably 60 to 70% of the time.
That's fucking epic, dude.
Dude, it was so nice. It was so much fun. I had a fucking blast. Dude, I love water parks too. So,
Yeah.
when I told you I have stories, let's.
Okay.
So, do you want? You know what? We'll go with this.
All right.
Drunk Colo made an appearance at the water park one day.
Let's go.
Karaoke Colo came out for the
Yeah.
first time. Have I told the karaoke story on this podcast?
We've
I
definitely
believe I
told
have.
we've told the floor karaoke story. Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I don't have to go and reiterate
That's
that.
one of our famous bits, I think, is the Tolochu floor karaoke story.
So this is not floor karaoke this time. This is me and a group of other people, all friends and everything, the same group I was talking about before. We decided to go to the swim up bar hot tub and get blasted. We had like 3 drinks each, but they were
Yo,
all
that's
like
vibes though. That's fucking vibes.
we each had like 2 or 3 drinks,
Swim up
but they were all
bar.
like frozen drinks with like shots of liquor in it. So
Oh,
we were all pretty vibing, right?
that's
So we
super
decide that
lit.
the hot tub is getting too hot. So we go over to the lazy river. There's a group of 6 of us floating around the lazy river, and we decide to all start karaoke. We start the karaoke. There's no music. It's just us singing songs because we're all pretty far gone at this point. We get a group. We're just like really going slow in the lazy river, so we have people coming up behind us, and we form a massive group of just carry. There's like probably 20, like 15 to 20 different people, including us, all fucking singing karaoke together in this lazy river.
That's fucking sick. That's vibes.
The best part and the only thing that interrupted lazy river karaoke was every time we passed a lifeguard, we would go, "Give it up for the lifeguard! Yeah!" And we all fucking clap and yell and
Yes!
scream
Let's
every
go!
single time. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so great. I loved it. It was so much fun.
Let's go.
So, Karaoke Colo made an appearance this past a couple weekends ago. So, that was a thing. I knew you'd be like super stoked to hear Karaoke Colo come back.
Karaoke Colo is an iconic character, yes. You gotta keep
um
your head up.
Shut the fuck up. So the other story is, let me see if I can pull up a picture real quick. I'm not gonna send you anything, but I need to see if I still have it. So I do have it. Cool. So actually I can just pull it up on I have an internet.
Whoa. That's fucking crazy, bro.
I can just look up the
The
lyrics of the
internet?
song.
The endless power of the internet?
So you're not gonna get Karaoke Colo tonight. I'm just gonna read it. But
Okay.
so I was on the security staff for Colossal Con, which means that we each get call signs. So instead of going over the radio and saying Alex to whoever, we get call signs. This was my first year, so I didn't get a call sign until after shift Saturday night, Sunday morning. My call sign is based off an old Applebee's commercial where they played a song. Now, I decided that one day I was going to wear blue jean cutoffs and a black and red plaid crop top. I come down and one of the other people tell me that I look like white trash. I'm like, no, I'm going for cowgirl look because it's funny. And they're like, that's not cowgirl, that's white trash. So then I go upstairs, I grab my friend's cowboy hat, and I grab a beer. And I come down, they absolutely lose their shit. It is great. They're laughing like crazy. And I'm like, I'm having a good time. There's no malice within this group or anything like that, so it's fine. They pull up a song from an old Applebee's commercial. It's called, well, I'm not going to tell you what it's called, but okay, so verse 1 is, there's a million different types of girls all over the world. They're all so beautiful. No one knows any better than me because I stare so constantly. But I think I met
So
my match
true.
last night at the club. She was sipping on a bud, hanging with her friends on a Friday night. A
Wow.
5 foot something cherry bomb. She had everything going
So
on.
your
The
call
first
sign
thing
was
that
Cherry
caught my,
Bomb.
huh?
Your call sign was Cherry Bomb, right?
Listen.
Did I get it though?
No.
Damn it.
So the chorus is a 5 foot something cherry bomb. She had everything going on. The first thing that caught my eye, she was rocking the beer gut.
Beer
So
gut.
I have a beer gut. I do, because I used to drink a lot and I can't get rid of the weight. It's from
Your
an old
call sign
Applebee's
was a
commercial.
beer
So
gut?
no, it's Applebee's.
Oh, okay.
Because the song is from an old Applebee's commercial. So they're not going to be mean about it, but
Yeah, I was
no.
gonna say that feels mean if your call sign was beer gut.
No, it's Applebee's. But like everybody loves Applebee's, so I'm Applebee's.
That's
Which
like
is
when you
great.
call somebody with a bad haircut.
Yeah.
Like, hey, haircut, get over here.
So that's the other story. I have a call sign of
That's real,
Applebee's
right?
now.
I'm not mentally insane. People do that.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Hey, haircut,
Um,
get over here.
but for the most part, that pretty much wraps it up. I'm still kind of riding a confidence high, and it was just an all around. I also did my own, like, gathered up all my friends from previous cons and did like my own little toast, and I was like, I really appreciate and love you guys. This has been the best weekend that I've ever had. Blah 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 blah. And I started tearing up, and I got like real emotional. But it was like, so the first con I ever went to is coming up in August, so it'll be my second year attending. Uh, this past one wraps up basically like a year of staffing cons, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's three that we staff every year. This is the third one for me. So the next one will be year two, or the start of year two. So this was like a really emotional way to wrap up a year of staffing cons with everybody. So it was great. I had so much fun. I legit can't wait to go and do another one in August and update y'all again. But
You go to a lot of cons, and that's pretty sick.
I go to 3 a year. It seems like a lot.
Because they
It's
all
only
happen
3.
near the same time.
No, January, June, and August.
Oh, it's just that the year goes by fast. It's already
Yeah,
fucking June, Alex!
it is. We're
It's
halfway through
June!
June. It's not even just June. We're halfway through June. You realize that, right?
And we're halfway through fucking June! What is happening? I'm having a breakdown! I can't handle this shit! This year started last fucking week! I swear to God!
Dude, it did. We've fit 6 months worth of stuff into a week. It's crazy how
Fucking
many episodes we
insanity.
were able to put out in a single week, man.
I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked and appalled at how fast time is going and how I will think I will think that it's been not a lot of time and then it'll have been like months.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you. It's big news. Big
Big
news.
news, big news.
I
Alex
hit
news.
I hit 100 subs on YouTube.
Let's go! Fuck yes.
I just checked it because I did miss last week on Saturday. I did miss that upload. Um,
Damn.
so yeah, I missed it. I was gonna schedule it out and then I left and I forgot to schedule it out. But Dog or Lizard hit got me to 100. Look, I was
That's
like
epic.
ecstatic when I saw those triple digits. 100 is not a big number, but it's just for the fact that I've only been doing this for like what, a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I've only been actively uploading for like 2 years, so 100 is crazy to think about. But yeah, 100 subs on YouTube, baby. So yeah, that's the other big news. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else to update about my life going on.
Oh damn, you were pretty succinct.
Like I said, I'm really good at summing things up, which is a blessing and a curse. Um, the biggest story I wanted to tell was the Drunk Colo story. Karaoke
Wow.
Colo has
What a
made an
great story.
appearance
What
for
a
the
great
first
story it
time in how
was.
many? 4 years?
Yeah.
But my friends are
4
trying to get me
fucking
to go do
years.
to go do actual karaoke, and I'm like, no, 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 no.
No, you have to.
I
You have to.
only
You
do
should.
karaoke in the places where karaoke is frowned upon.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. 100%
Like a lazy
understandable.
river or the floor of my parents' house while we're supposed to be doing something important. So
Yeah, that's fair.
I also get stage fright, which is the massive thing.
I
Which
like
is also
developed
really
stage
crazy to
fright
talk about
later
when you're
in
on
my
a
life.
podcast.
That's true.
Huh?
It's different though. Like having
It
people in
is.
front of you is so different. Like,
Oh, it's
and the
so
thing is,
different.
when I was young, I performed on stage all the time, and it didn't even affect me. Like in like school choir and like musical theater and shit. And then like later in my life, after I was out of choir for 2 years because I took choir throughout like most of elementary school and all of middle school. But then in high school, it wasn't an option. They did not. I went to the same school I had for middle school, but their high school like program was like fairly new, and they did not have a choir class for high school. So I had to take a 2 year hiatus from choir class, and I was not taking any performance electives. Besides, I took acting 1 year, but we didn't do anything on stage. But And then I went I went back into choir and into acting too, when I went to a public high school to finish out my last 2 years. And when I went on stage for the first time for a choir showcase, I was freaked the fuck out. And it's weird because I've done it successfully without any fret so many times before. But every time I've been on stage since then, I have to, like, swallow a huge lump of stage fright before I get anywhere.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's probably why I don't really live stream that much, just because of like stage fright. Like I know I'm by myself, I'm in my room, I'm comfortable, but like it just live streaming is so much different than like recording and uploading later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
You haven't live streamed in a long time, though.
I have an unlisted live stream from back when from like a month ago that I did for Phasmophobia. I was gonna live stream it. The live stream was terrible, so I ended it and made a video instead.
We should do a live episode of this podcast, stream it on the Colo Chu channel, and hang out with the chat.
We could. We could do that.
That'd be pretty fun, I think.
We could do that. We could do that.
Yeah,
Maybe. I'm not making any promises.
we should.
I need to make sure I don't make promises on live or on recordings so then I don't have to do it later.
That's fair. I mean, I could stream. It's really not that different. Like, me and Penguin have done a couple live variety hours,
No,
and
it's probably not that much different. But
yeah,
no, we can definitely do it later on. Maybe. We'll see. But could do like if I can get enough people to take their Saturdays off and join in to chat, we can do like a little Q&A too.
yeah. I like doing live stream podcasts, like just because it's fun to just like dance. Like it's literally like when we do a formless cast on this show, except there's also a live stream component with a chat that can chime in, and it's like a really fun
Yeah.
format. That's why I really liked doing the death stream, and that's what that was. It was basically like it was advertised because it was another like this is a ripoff of another show joke. There's a show called The Kill Stream that's made by a really bad guy. And me and my friends like to make fun of that guy. And I started a YouTube show called The Death Stream. And it is advertised as like a political and drama show, which is partly true because that's what the kill stream is. So that's what I kind of themed it around. But like, what will happen with the death stream is it'll be like, okay, we pick two for the title. It's always like two like relevant topics we want to discuss, and then it's like this thing, and more death stream. But then they all like just turned into like weird formless casts. Like we never stayed on current events for very long.
Yeah.
Drama's
That
fine.
makes sense though.
I
But
did use it for my most like drama heavy podcast in a while, and that was fun. I talked shit about Vitro Matt, who is a guy who had a way too strong of a reaction to some weird joke somebody made in the comments about the Flash, where they wrote an obviously satirical scenario for the new season in which the Flash starts abusing his wife. And Vitro
abuse
Matt
is
was
not funny. Abuse is not funny. It's the fact that it's Flash.
exactly. It's like that would never happen, so that's why it's obviously a joke, like because it's just
Oh,
for shock value.
I didn't
Um,
share cosplay pictures.
yeah, share cosplay pictures, please. But
Continue while I figure out how to do this.
remind me where I was.
Flash was beating the shit out of his wife.
Yeah, Flash was beating the shit out of his wife. And
That's such a
Vitro Matt was so like horrified by this. Like he refused to acknowledge it as a joke. He addressed it as if it was 100% serious and genuine, and this was something that this person actually wanted for the character. And they tweeted about it and wrote like this whole paragraph about like, "Oh, this is awful that you said this. And you, YouTuber who has this video, you should delete that comment that says that." And it was just like, and then I replied like, "Hey, Matt, that was a joke, I think, actually." And then he like scolds me about how, oh, you think abuse is funny, oh, you can't joke about that shit. And then he like picked a fight with me in his Discord and then banned me and blocked me on Twitter and shit. And then I had this death stream show, and the kill stream is a stream that's known for like having like debates on it between people who don't like each other about like topics that make them not like each other. Or like just like have discussions about shit they disagree on. So I tried to get Matt to come on the death stream to debate the morality of dark comedy. But he was too much of a bitch, so it was just me and Demi Gloom and Mo Diggity talking about the morality of dark comedy and also dunking on Matt because he's a bitch.
Fair,
No,
fair,
nobody attack Matt though. He's a nice guy. I like him and I wish him the best. But it's fun to rip on him. He's a little bit of a pussy.
fair.
Yeah, the death stream was good. I want to bring back the death stream soon. It's just that nobody is like around to call in.
Yeah. All right. So here's you haven't seen Demon Slayer, right?
No.
Okay. So here's reference picture 1. It's in Detour Ahead. This is from the Entertainment District of arc of Demon Slayer season 2, where Zenitsu, Tanjiro, and Inosuke get sold off to like these houses where like they create good girls or something like that. I'm screwing that up, but it's fine. They're all boys that had to get dressed up like girls.
Okay,
So
got it.
that's your context. And do I have any other pick? Okay, so it's just those two. Got it. So I am the one in blue.
All right, let's see. Hey yo!
Val is the one in green,
Yeah,
and
I recognize Val.
then the one in red in the first picture is her sister, and the one in orange is her sister's husband or her brother-in-law. So
You know, this is not good podcast content because
I
this is
know
an
it's not good
audio
podcast
medium.
content. It's
And
not. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna
It's
ask you to make it
probably
in the
somewhere
thumbnail, and you're
anyway.
gonna say no.
No,
And
you're not gonna
and
make it the thumbnail.
see, and here we go. Nobody's ever gonna see this picture that we're talking about on this audio medium.
It's fine. It's part of me. It's part of what I did in this past couple weeks. It's fine.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's fine.
We can't be falling victim to that though. That was one of the biggest problems during Pixel's darkest eras. Was just like every podcast we spent like half of it discussing pictures nobody could see.
Well, no, I don't want to like discuss it, like go into detail. I was just sharing. That's all.
No, I gotcha, and it was epic. You look good. I like it. I like the cosplay. All
God,
four
that
of you
fucking
looking pretty
face
good.
makeup took so fucking long to take off. It was so bad. It took like 15 minutes to take off. Anyway, so do you have a topic planned for tonight? Or is this just
No.
formless?
And this is formless, baby.
Perfect. All right. You need to go watch Demon Slayer.
I
Go
don't know.
watch Demon Slayer. Good. It's a good show. It's a good anime.
Okay, how about here's
Do you want
this is
mommy milkers? Is that like the thing that you're like looking for in anime? I got you.
Alex. Can I pitch a segment for Detour Ahead?
See, that's the problem. I tried to get away from
You said that's the thing. Like I like segments. You just can't rely on them too much. But this is one segment, one fun little segment we could do. I think it would be very good, and I think it would incite some interesting discussion. It's basically like a book club, except it's like a media club. And like every once in a while, we'll be like, okay, you watch X amount of episodes of this thing, I'll watch X amount of episodes of that thing, and then we come back next week with our thoughts.
like like anime club kind of.
Like anime club, except it can be literally anything, basically. Like anything we want to show each other, just like a somewhat similar length.
We could also just start a whole brand new podcast too.
I don't think we need a whole second podcast for that.
Anyway, I mean, it's not a terrible idea.
I submit to the council that I go watch 4 episodes of Demon Slayer, and you listen to 2 episodes of Biggest Problem in the Universe.
Where can I find biggest problem in the universe?
Spotify.
Is it on Spotify?
Yes, you're looking for specifically the biggest problem in the universe uncut, because that is the superior edit of the original show from 2014 to 2016. And yes, that is uncut, and UNCUCKED. I think that's what we'll do. Where can I find Demon Slayer? Is it on like Netflix or something?
I don't know.
Okay, let me let me do some research.
You don't have to do research. I got you. I got you.
I've already mostly typed the words Demon Slayer into Google, so looks like it's on Netflix. Sick. So yeah, I'll watch 4 episodes of
Hold
that.
on. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'm on Netflix right now, so I'm double checking.
Gotcha.
Ah, okay, yeah. Season 1 and 2. It says 3, but there's been 3 arcs in 2 seasons.
Okay.
This is from the Entertainment District, which is the second half of season. Okay. Yeah, it's all up. Season 3 is getting released right now. I think they're finishing up with releasing the sub. I think dub is going to get released soon. I'm not exactly sure when. So
Yeah,
once dub gets released, that's when I'm going to watch it. But I'm gonna. Do you want one character that might get you interested in this?
sure. Tell me.
Her name is Mitsuri. Here she is. It's in Detour.
Okay. Sold.
Of course.
Boy, yeah.
You want to know what her personality is?
Sure.
Uh, so different people have like different like things. Like there's the water Hashira and stuff like that, right? She's the love Hashira. And she's the loving, carefree, and ditzy girl of the group.
I would like to announce my immediate marriage to this fictional anime character.
So you have to. She shows up later in season 1.
Okay.
He shows up later in season 1. If you power through season 1 and 2, from what I believe, this is not spoilers at this point. I have not seen it. Season 3 follows her. So season 3, there's a lot more of her, and I'm excited to watch season 3. So if you're sold, you're sold. It's a really good show. It's really good anime. I don't watch anime and I don't recommend anime all too often. Demon Slayer is great.
Well, tune in next week for Alex and Riely Media Club.
You've
Where
also already seen Shinobu, the insect Hashira, the butterfly purple girl.
yeah, she's pretty cool too.
She's literally my favorite person. I love her.
Yeah, folks, tune in next week. Alex is definitely going to follow through with those podcasts. I'm certain of it.
100%. Totally 122.5% sure that
Wow,
I maybe will
122
do it.
and a half. Wow.
122.5% sure that I will maybe follow through with the plans that I might have agreed to.
I mean, I'll hold you to it eventually. We'll see if the segment gets delayed, but I'm definitely going to watch my Demon Slayer in time, and we'll see if you follow suit.
The fact that it's dubbed on is it dubbed on?
I only watch dubbed anime. I'm not watching sub. It's not
I'm
occurring.
telling you it's dubbed. I'm telling you it's dubbed. I just don't know if it's dubbed on
Netflix, you mean?
let me double check.
At the end of the day, I can find it on like watchanimenow.xyz or something if I really need to, but
Oh well yeah, I'm double checking for you now.
thank you.
I don't want that. I want
It's not a real
season
website,
1
by the way. Don't go there.
pause audio English. You got it, baby. At
Good,
least
good, 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 good,
season
good.
1. At least season 1. So at least the first 26 episodes are all in English. I cannot speak for Mugen Train arc or the Entertainment District arc, but I believe those are both dubbed as well. So
Yeah, I need to find like a new anime world to get into. Occasionally I'll fall into a One Piece hole, but that's like I gotta be in the right mood for that.
Dude, I can't fucking
Um,
stand One Piece. I can't.
really?
I can't. I
Do you
can't
actively
follow it
disdain
enough.
One Piece?
Yes. It's like bananas. I can't stand it.
Here's the thing. Here's the One Piece is a trick. They trick you, okay? Because usually when there's a manga and it has an anime, people watch the anime, and that makes sense. Thing about One Piece, the anime is very popular. The anime is terribly paced. If you want to consume One Piece, the easiest, most convenient, and best way objectively is to read it. I'm like 200 chapters into the manga. It is very good. The anime is awfully constructed. The manga is the way to go for One Piece.
Fair, fair, fair.
That's the secret that the government doesn't want you to know about One Piece. Is that it's not as confusing as you think it is. You just need to not watch the anime ever and read the manga instead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's really fun. One Piece has like creeped its way into culture recently. It's like every once in a while, like some franchise that like you knew about, but like only like you heard like a niche group talk about, suddenly becomes the most popular thing in the world. And now One Piece is starting to have like its
Dude,
mainstream
that's the
boom.
same thing with fucking Sailor Moon. When I went to con, there were so many people cosplaying characters from Sailor Moon.
That's pretty sick.
Although for the next con, I'm still gonna do Shinobu, the butterfly Hashira, the insect one, purple girl. Because I did not actually get a chance to cosplay as her uh this past con. I will next time because we're all doing all the Hashiras because there's 9 of them. So that's gonna be super super fun. And then I think we're doing a Shy Guy group as well, which I'll have to look into how much that's gonna cost me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm also actively avoiding what the next con is because there's plenty of time for people to figure it out.
I might get into Sailor Moon. I want to get into a magical girl show. I did ask the internet's Trixie the Golden Witch, who is an expert anime analyst whose opinion I trust to some degree. And she recommended a show called Heart Catch Pretty Cure, which is a part of a long running series of magical girl anime, the Pretty Cure series, and I believe they're produced by a lot of the same staff that produces Super Sentai, which is the Japanese equivalent to Power Rangers. And I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I might check out Heart Catch Pretty Cure instead. But
I
then again, I do
Okay.
hear about Sailor Moon a lot, and I'm very curious about that too.
Sailor Moon is very very good. It's very episodic. Um but it's good. I made it a decent ways through. I kind of lost interest a while back, but which is why I haven't brought it up any recently. But it's good. It's good. I do recommend Sailor Moon. I want to get a group together so we can do Sailor Moon cosplay so I can go do Sailor Venus. But
Bro, I will fly down to fucking Ohio and dress as fucking Sailor Mars. I swear to God.
I love Sailor Mars. I like Venus more. I love her. She's great.
I'm trying to remember the one that I like. I never remember which planet she is.
What color?
I believe green. The green is
Jupiter?
like the one with the brown hair and like the ponytail, right?
Jupiter. Jupiter.
Jupiter. Yeah, she's the one. I like Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Listen, this is a message to all of my friends, both real life and on the internet. I will completely feminize and go out in public if somebody pays for the clothes. Like
Dude,
everybody
I
has
do
said
it
they
for
want to
free,
see it.
bro.
Everybody has said they want to see it, and I will do it if the clothes are provided to me. It's just I don't know where to go and where to get them, and it seems impossibly expensive, but maybe I just don't know the right places. If
What, to
somebody
dress like a girl or
feminizes
just
if somebody
cosplay?
feminizes me, cosplay or dressing like a girl, either way. I'm talking about cosplaying as a girl right now, but cosplaying in general I would do for free. I would just have to actually get the motivation to put a costume together. But I'm talking about like cross-dressing right now because a lot of people have said it would be funny, and I will do it 100% if somebody provides me with the clothes. If you are one of my friends out there and you want to see me in a dress or dressed as an anime girl, I will do it if you provide the costume. That is a
Bro, I do
public
that shit
service
every day for
announcement.
free. All right.
Yeah, but you know, you know how to do it.
I know. Look, I'm a little baby at this. All
You are
right,
those who know, and I'm those who don't know.
I don't know much.
I
I
don't know where
might
to
be out
start.
for
I
most
don't know where
part,
to
but
start with being feminized, and I also don't have the income to put a costume together. I'd even pay you back. We can set up payment installments. The royal you, which is any
honestly,
of my
okay.
friends.
I will tell you this: it's not that expensive. It's really not. Amazon would be your best friend. A single outfit for say for you would probably run you up about, depending on if you try and go cheaper,
The problem
like
is I'm a men's 6X. So like there's definitely special clothes that need to be purchased.
that's fair. That's fair.
I would need a really fucking big dress, which I'm sure they do make for
Look
people
into
like me,
sundresses.
but probably for a
Sundresses are the way to
premium.
go for that. Stretchy material will be your best friend. Stretchy
I
material will
legitimately
be your best friend. I am telling
like
you this from experience. Stretchy material, elastic waistbands, and such are your best friend in
that's
terms of
fair.
this.
That's very fair.
I am telling you from experience.
Yeah, but like
God,
trust me, people who are
finding
out there
female
listening,
clothes for a male body is literally one of the biggest struggles that I've faced so far.
people who are out there listening, I just want to say I'm not trans. Don't start calling me an egg or whatever the fuck. I already
Egg? Egg?
that's egg is the term for somebody who's trans but they're like in the closet or like they don't want to admit it to themselves yet. They're an egg and then
Egg?
someday they're
What?
going to crack and then that someday they're going to hatch and then that's when you become a trans woman is when you hatch. I'm not an egg. I'm not a
Okay.
trans woman. I did actually try she her pronouns because like the thoughts definitely crossed my mind. So I was like, what if I went by she her for a while and like there was no considerable change in how I felt about myself when referred to by different pronouns. So I think I'm pretty comfortable with being male and being referred to as he him. However, I do think it would be really fun and really cool if I just like got really feminized and pretty for like one day and like showed up in like a dress and makeup and shit. Like that would be really fun.
You do you, buddy. You do you. I can't judge. I can't judge. I'm not allowed to.
I didn't know you would be so tempted to judge. I thought you'd be more supportive over
Oh
here,
no,
Miss
you do you.
Giggly.
Go ahead, do it. I fully support everybody just kind of doing what they want to do. If you want to go do that and you want to go see what it's like, fucking go for it.
I think it would
I
be
would
pretty
be your
epic.
biggest look. Penguin and I would be your biggest supporters. I know Penguin would support you. She might bully the shit out of you, but it would all be in good fun.
I think it should be that we should meet up and do a Sailor Moon cosplay, and I'll dress like Sailor Jupiter.
Ooh, you'd have to fight Penguin on that. I think she's Jupiter,
Ah, shit. I
but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
feel like Jupiter I could pull off like with my hair though. I don't know if I could do that with any of the other ones.
I mean, my hair's too short for Venus, but like, there's obviously like I have plenty of blonde hair wigs that I can style for Venus, so it's not too hard.
Yeah, that's true. You just have to get a wig and style
'Cause,
it. And I don't think wigs are overly expensive.
I
Maybe
mean,
I'm
I
wrong
already
though.
have two wigs. I have the Bowsette wig that I bought too, that I've styled into a
Could
ponytail and
we turn
stuff.
the
So
Bowsette wig into a Sailor Moon wig for me? Let me be the main
Sailor
character.
Moon, probably not.
Damn it. What
I'd
is
need
Sailor
hair
Moon's hair?
extensions.
Doesn't she have like buns or whatever?
She has buns, but the buns go into like really long twin tails.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess I don't remember her hair that well. That's complex.
Yeah, Sailor Moon is probably the hardest, but no, we can figure something.
That would be super cool. That would be like the highlight of my life, I think, if I got to go to a convention with Alex and Penguin Mage and dress as a Sailor Moon character.
We can talk about this later because I don't want to put set plans in stone
Oh
right
no,
now.
we're not
But
setting plans in stone at all. I'm just saying it would be super fun. And then
oh no, it would be. It would
someday if it ever
100% would
happens,
be.
people
But
can
I
look back on
definitely
this
have an
podcast
idea
and be
that I
like,
can
this was
run
the
by you
day.
and Penguin and possibly be able to make legitimate plans.
Hell yes. Let's
That's
go.
far enough in the future for everybody to plan ahead.
Yes.
So I will. We'll talk. We'll,
We'll set some deets.
I'll have my people call your people.
My manager will call your manager. It's fine. It's cool.
How are you with meeting lots of new people all at once?
It can be overwhelming, but I'm usually pretty good at coping and making a good impression, and it usually ends up being a good experience.
Perfect. We'll talk later.
Cool.
Not ominous at all. I legitimately have like legitimate idea.
Alex has like a
I
whole
have an
cult
idea.
group that's gonna
I'm
indoctrinate
just
me.
sitting here like, yes, it's all coming together. But no, I have a legitimate idea. So we'll talk after the podcast.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
But dude, cosplay is wild. I'm so glad I got back into cons. It's so fun. It's so great. I love it. We were literally nobody else did the entertainment district kids like we did, which was
Yeah.
great. Nobody else did it the entire weekend, and we were the talk of the con for that one day because everybody was like kind of just talking about us from what we heard. Because like we got so many people come up and ask for pictures and everything, and it was great. And like half the 2 pictures I sent were just off the internet. So like those
It's
are
so
out there
wild
somewhere.
when people want to take pictures with you. Like in this case, it's probably very humbling. Mine is a little bit more like weird and strange, but it was fun, but it was also really weird. So I guess it was a real novelty that I, like a 12-year-old boy in the state of Florida, showed up to a public place in a New England Patriots shirt, in a New England Patriots jersey. And I guess there were Floridians who were so captivated by this that all day people wanted to take pictures with me because I was in a New England Patriots jersey at
That's
this
wild.
Florida aquarium.
Did they think you were one of the running backs?
Yeah, they thought I was on the team. I told them I was Tom Brady and they believed me.
Like, wow, Tom Brady, are you? Hopefully, you lose the weight before the season. Ha ha ha.
No, this is
But
actually where I've stored all of my my spare footballs that I need to take to practice in my shirt, you
you
see.
just start taking footballs. Don't worry, they're all deflated, so it's fine.
As I'm
I'm so glad
famous
you
for
get that.
doing.
I'm so glad you understand that. That was a long shot. I was really afraid. I was like, man, this child, this baby man here is not gonna know what I'm talking about with Tom Brady and deflated footballs. He doesn't watch
I'm aware.
football.
I'm aware of Deflategate. I named a podcast after it.
Jesus. It's
It was just like I remembered hearing it and I was like, that has a good ring to it. And I was starting a debate podcast and I called it Debategate. It is lost media. It was one episode and the co-host was he who shall not be named, and I ended up deleting it. It's completely lost. I can't find it anywhere.
how much lost media do you think you have?
A couple things. A lot of them having to do with.
Like how many minutes, like or hours do you think is like quote unquote lost media?
I've been very good at keeping like literally everything I've made public, for better or for worse. I'm pretty sure the only like lost media I have is like two podcast episodes, both of which were with who shall not be named.
Understandable. I mean, there's the entire other show that preceded the other Pokemon one. I guess is that still considered lost media, or is that
Wait,
out
what
there?
show are you talking about?
The one that preceded PVH.
Oh, in RCS We Trust? Yeah, that's still like on Spotify. Like that's
Oh,
out
is it
there.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know if
The
you
the
wanted
the
that
only
taken.
lot the only no, I'm not gonna make him take it down. I'm not a cuck. But uh the only lost like media that I've been in that I can think of is DebateGate, the one episode of DebateGate that we made, and one episode of An Arceus We Trust, where we talked about Pokemon we wanted to have sex with because I thought it'd be funny. I was doing like a satirical bit, and then like everybody I know was so horrified by it, and eventually people convinced who shall not be named to just delete it from the feed, and he can't find it again. So it's just
There
lost to
are
time.
also the 2 unreleased episodes of Ladybug, right?
Oh, never mind. There's a lot more because there's like 13 unreleased episodes of Ladybug. that we recorded like half of fucking season 1 of Ladybug in podcast, and it just never came out.
Oh my
And it
god. I
never
thought there were
will.
only like 3 episodes total. Did you do more?
Yes, we did like 13 of them.
Oh my god. I thought there were only 3.
We did 13 of them. We released one. And even that one is not out there anymore.
Okay, so you have a decent amount of lost media.
I might
in
put them
terms
out,
of
but at
like
the same time, like, here's the thing. I don't know if I'm being a little bit of a cuck about, because like it doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? The reason
Yeah.
why I'm hesitant to release those is because they're from the era where I was going by my Christian first and last name, which like is public information, and I haven't deleted any of the old shit that
It's not
came
your
out with it
Christian
in it.
first and last name. It's your government name.
My government name, yes, whatever you want to call it.
That's what okay,
But
so that's what happened. People I don't like the term dead name because it's not really dead yet, kind of. If you know what I mean.
like
Like it's
your
still
old name, your male name.
my male name. Yeah, it rears its head occasionally. Like can't get it off my debit card because it's a birth name. It's my government name.
Yeah, for
In the
sure.
eyes of the government, Alex, insert last name here, does not exist.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's podcasts out there with it in there, and I'm not gonna like try to go back and change history. However, I am hesitant to
I mean,
currently
you could
release a
also like
project with that in
could
it.
you also just take like I don't know, couldn't you just take like a day or something and go through and just cut it out?
It would sound really unnatural because I really played into it. So like
That is fair.
every time I referred to myself by my government name. So it would be a whole lot of weird unnatural cuts where there's obviously a word that follows Riley that just isn't there.
You could also just make it into a joke and just bleep everything out too.
That would be really funny, actually.
You
But I
could
feel
you
that would
could
also
literally
draw
just bleep it
attention to
all
it too
out.
much. I
So
feel like somebody would be in the comments and be like, "Your last name is this," just because I brought too much attention to it, and they're gonna be like, "I want to go figure this out," and then they will very easily.
I mean that's understandable though. So like there's one thing out there. One thing that has my last name. One thing. And I've been relatively good with
Wasn't it me? Did I say it?
no, it was the old Pixels live stream.
Yeah, I think I said it on the Pixels live stream.
No, you pointed it out because I was using an account that wasn't
Oh yeah. Now
I
I
also don't
remember.
actively care if people recognize me for the work that I do because I'd be extremely flattered and I don't do anything that would like cause an uproar outside of like being trans. Like that would be the only thing that would put me in danger.
I just know a lot of people who
But
have been through like horrific shit, and like I've heard a lot of horror stories about people who get fucked with by the internet.
look,
So
I actively have plans to like go to cons and present myself as Kolochu and like start marketing my shit. So like I
hell
have
yeah, I
active
would totally
plans
do
to like
that.
put Kolochu out there in the public
But at
for
the same
people to
time,
do shit.
you can do
So
that and without like saying, "Hey everybody, this is my government name, real quick. I'm gonna say it out loud. This is my address and my phone number. Now here we are at this convention." But
so that's why I say I went to Colossal Con. Now, anybody who cares is gonna remember that for the next year. But like I don't care. Like there's not much media out there of like who I am. That's the other thing that I'm not worried about is like there's not that many pictures out there. So if you can recognize my voice from a recording and come and find me, you got some dedication. I will give you a goddamn autograph if you can figure that shit out.
yo, the Kolochu autograph, let's go.
Because I look, even if you like dig, I do not look like any of the pictures online. I do not have any pictures of current me online at all. None that look like me now. So I'm not worried about it. I also don't do anything that may or may not put me in danger. Like I said, the only thing would be the possible trans thing because people are not too happy with that. But at the same time, I don't really care because I'm living my best life. So
That's fair. That's more than fair. That's pretty epic. Man, I feel like I start to feel this way about shows every so often. and every time, over time, I end up burned. So we'll see if it continues to be a bad omen. But like I do really want to put like real dedication into this show and try to make it go somewhere.
What, this one?
Yeah. Like I'm actually genuinely proud of this show that we make and like the quality that we consistently
How
keep to.
Hi, how are you?
You said it right. You said it correctly.
Hi, how are you?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How high are you?
Very.
Trying to trip you up.
And yeah, no, I admitted to my sins directly. But no, I am legitimately satisfied with the quality of Detour Head. I mean, like it's literally like I pushed for Peg and Colo to come back for so long because like I knew this dynamic was perfect as it always has been.
This
And I got
is what I imagined Peg and Colo to be.
yeah,
But Peg and Colo
this
didn't
is
come out the exact way that I wanted it to, which
this
is
is the
why it
natural
kind of died.
evolution.
Exactly. This is like the next step. This is exactly what I wanted this podcast to be, which is why I was like, I work hard to make it a weekly thing. Even if it's not exactly we're recording weekly, we have weekly episodes that go 90% of it.
Yeah, that's the
But
goal. And I do want
that's
to
why I
start
work hard.
spreading it. The thing is I feel like
I
I
actively
have
tell
to
people,
become
I'm
that
like, hey,
guy.
do you like podcasts? They're like, yeah. I'm like, go check out my podcast. I go, I send them the link to Caveman episode. I go listen to Caveman. I go, this is our best content, but if you like that, I can guarantee you the rest is going to be good as well. Or I should just send them the worst episode and be like, if you like this, it just gets better from there.
I'm trying to think of what I think the definitive Detour Ahead is because I'm against it being the caveman episode simply because I barely participated in the caveman
But see,
episode.
that's personal opinion. I think Caveman went really well because that was my idea. That was my little baby that I coddled for a full week
Oh, I
and
know.
set up in a whole thing and watched it blossom into a very, very
If I was
successful
recommending a
idea.
Detour Ahead, I would recommend the Detour Ahead game show. That's
That is
probably the
fair, but
definitive
that
episode of
doesn't
Detour Ahead for me.
that's a good episode, but it doesn't bring much of the discussion out. I
That's true.
want
Like it doesn't really show
That's
you
why
what
I
the show
recommend
is as
Caveman because
well.
it's the most fluid, consistent conversation we had about a single topic.
I think People Who Never Gave Up was pretty good. It's one of our early ones, but it was really good.
I still love how some of our best content was with Jason.
Jason, I think he's one of the best guests on the show. If you were to rank the Detour Ahead guests, I think Jason would probably be number one, honestly.
I think Demi would be a close second.
Demi would be a close second, yes.
Just because Demi was the first one to show up twice and the first one to show up 3 times.
True,
So
she's got the street cred. Who
she
else have we had on
has
the show? We've had Robin on the show. Have we
we
not
had
had Mo Diggity yet?
we had Mo. We had Mo.
What did we talk about with Mo?
I don't remember, but Mo and Penguin both showed up for that episode, if you remember.
Yes. Oh
But
yeah,
Penguin
because
pretty much got
Penguin did
zoned out
not
by
talk.
Mo.
Yes. Okay, I remember this
I have
now.
no idea what we talked about, but yeah. But we've had a lot of guests on this show. I'm trying to convince a few people to show up for like a Saturday
I
night
want Val to
recording.
come on so bad.
I'm trying I'm working on it. I'm trying. They
I
just don't want
legitimately
to.
miss her. She was my friend, and now I don't talk to her ever.
But I gotta figure out something. I gotta figure out like topics for stuff because I don't want to do formless casts with guests.
No. If we're having a guest, then like we probably want to do a topic too. Well, there are guests we could do formless cast with, like
Well, yeah, like Demi and
recurring guests,
Jason.
like Demi and Jason. We could do a formless cast with for sure. But like if we're having
We can also do a
a
formless
guest
cast
with
with
them,
Penguin as well. So like
oh
it
yeah,
works with them, but like brand new guests, we have to have a
Penguin is basically a deputy host, I think.
Oh, well, that's why Penguin still has the role in the Discord of Detour head role. She's the only one.
Yeah, Penguin Mage can just come and go however she pleases, and we will appreciate her presence at all
She could
times.
literally go in chat right now and go, "Can I join?" I'd be like, "Absolutely, hour and a half
Absolutely, the
podcast. Let's
fuck
go."
yes, you can. Let's go.
But yeah, great podcast, everybody. I love this. I love this shit. It's so much fun.
I'm
I
gonna
do
start
plan
spreading
on
it
when
because
I plan on marketing the YouTube channel because I have a couple things in the works. Hint,
I have
hint.
plans that I cannot share with you because
I have plans.
the haters will try to
I
stop me.
have plans that I will say off Craig and Geark, off recording.
Off recording, yeah.
Off recording plans. Once the plans are solid and done, I'll put it out there. But I do have plans. I plan on doing some little personal marketing for the YouTube channel, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of personal marketing with Detour ahead as well, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start just like posting the episode and like all the discords I'm in with self promo channels. The thing is, I've always had the stigma against being that guy, because Mo Diggity
But
has
like,
been that guy where like everything he makes, he shares in every self promotional channel he can, and eventually like it becomes a meme and everybody's like, "Oh, shut up, Mo." But like I need to. It is a way where I consistently get clicks though, and I do it with the issue crew every week. And originally, I was not doing it with anything else because I was like, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm just going to do issue crew shit and nobody else. But now, honestly, issue crew's kind of in a fallen off arc, and I care about this show a little bit more now. I think I said
I
it, and I'll
really think
stand
that
by
the
it.
issue crew got spread too thin with how many people you had. To be
Yeah, but the
completely
thing is, like,
fair,
I like big group podcasts. Like, a lot of the podcasts I'm into have like big groups, and it works. I
well,
want to
yeah,
emulate
with you
that.
it works. I think it just got spread too thin with the group that you had. But with this
Yeah.
podcast specifically, it really, really works just because of the chemistry that you and I have. We could
Yes,
honestly bring
we have
anybody
lightning in a
into this
bottle
podcast.
chemistry.
You and I could bring anybody into this podcast and have a genuine conversation about anything, and it would work, and it would be really well because you and I can play off each other while also talking to a guest. And I
That's
think
true.
that's
So
what makes this podcast really, really well, just because we have really good chemistry. So
yeah. So I'm gonna keep shredding issue crew stuff just because like I have this weird pride thing about the issue crew, where even though I acknowledge it's kind of in a downfall era, I still want it to gain prominence and hope that it will again flourish in the near future. But I'm just gonna not care about being that guy, and I'm also gonna post the Detour Head episodes everywhere. I
yeah,
think
yeah. I
'cause
mean, I tell enough people like if my sister who doesn't play video games, she doesn't like anime or anything like that. If she got into this and like doesn't listen to every episode, I don't know what she's listened to so far. I know she listened to Caveman and thought it was pretty good. But like she'll occasionally be like, "Oh my god, you mentioned me," and I'm like, I mention you every week because it's funny that my
because
sister
it's
listens
really
to my
cool
podcast.
that your sister listens to the podcast. I feel like
But
I'd be mortified if any of my siblings listened to my
see,
podcasts in
that's
any
what I thought
context.
too. But I also think I'd be mortified if one of my parents texted me and was like, "Hey, loved your caveman episode on Detour Ahead," I'd be like, "Ha, ho, ha, ha! Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I'm canceled. I'm done. I'm gonna cancel everything. I'm out. I'm done. I'm gonna have to go buy a new name. Kolochu is dead. I'm gonna start Kibochu now. Kibochu is the backup."
I
But
considered
like,
like during the era, and if you've known me enough, you know what the era is. If you don't worry about it. But during the era, I did consider like a full rebrand and name change, very briefly. But then I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna let some like weird internet bullshit like make me run and hide. And I think I'm mostly behind it now. Although I do have a tendency to keep bringing it up. But to be fair, I'm not the only one. Other people have brought it up before. But you know, we live and we prosper, and I'm not gonna hide. And I wouldn't do it either
hell yeah.
if my family found my shit. But it would be fucking mortifying. Because
I don't think I would like.
I've said some. First of all, I've said some pretty vile shit, and second of all, I know I've talked shit about a lot of them and don't want them to get mad at me for that.
See, when I come on a podcast, I have a decent filter in terms of like the things that I talk about. I don't think I would run and hide. I think I would just be like, "Well, what'd you think?" And they'd be like, "Well, you said some questionable things. What's this about being Alex? Why do you go by Alex?" Be like, "Ah, yeah, that yeah.
She,
We're
her,
gonna have a little talk about that later."
yeah, yeah,
That's in the works right now as well.
yeah. That's in the works. That's
That is in the
there-
works. Like no joke. That is in the works. It's not fun.
that's in the beta testing phase right now.
It
We're
is.
working it out.
It is. 2 family members know so far. 2. Soon to be 3 come Saturday. But yeah, that's in the works. It's just it's getting hearing the other name is like it doesn't hurt, but it's just like all right. I don't like it anymore. I don't it rubs me the wrong way. You know what I mean? It doesn't like some people are like, "Oh, my dead name feels like anytime I hear it, it feels like it's piercing my skin." It's not like that. It doesn't hurt me. It's just more so like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Don't say that. It's not me.
Yeah, it's not me anymore. I get it. I get it.
It's not like I'm going through a like crazy name change or like that either. So,
My name
but
is now Amethyst Desire.
one name that did come up a couple times was go by Cassie and shorten it to Cass, and I'm just like I could, but I'm like
I feel
no.
the vibes on that. I feel like Cass is like a good like podcast personality name.
See, I like Alex though. Alex is like a good strong name. You know what I mean? Just in
I
case like
I can't
this
think of the
whole
name
she her
Alex without
phase.
thinking about either Alex the Lion, the Keemstar N-word copy pasta, or both.
See, Alex has got a lot of sentimental value that I can't go into on the podcast because it's really fucking personal. But if you would like to know after the podcast, I can tell you.
I feel like next time I bring you up to Gingy, because I don't think he's gotten the talk yet. I'm gonna just
Gingy has gotten the talk, not in VC, but Gingy is aware, and I have not screenshots, but I have DM messages to
okay.
verify that it is she her Alex now, and it is Alex, not Colo. So
I was expecting the next time I mentioned you to say Alex and Gingy be like, wait, what? Thinking that I'm talking about his son.
I haven't had enough interaction with Gingy for it to stick because him and I have not talked since I changed everything. So
Is the last time you talked to him the last time he was on this show?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So
We gotta try to bring Gingy into the fold a little bit more. I feel bad.
I do feel bad, but Gingy doesn't talk. It's the problem.
Yeah,
Scheduling with him is a fucking nightmare. But like, it's okay. We love Gingy. We stand Gingy.
we
We
love
stand Ginger
Gingy.
Nold.
You know, in every YouTuber, content creator, podcaster friend group, there's like the few guys who show up all the time, and then there's also the guys who like just pop in every once in a while. And we love those guys too. And Gingy has become one of those guys.
Yeah.
He also has like his own podcast that he does every week, but nobody cares. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But we're like an hour in.
We can wrap up if you want.
Yeah, we can wrap up.
Okay. Combs need to be put into my hair after I am done here. Alex, where can our listeners find you?
God damn it. You're it's habit. I get it. I get it. It's literally just all right, Riely, where can our listeners find you? I get it. I'm not upset. I'm Alex. You can find me on the internet as Colochu, COLOCHU, on the YouTubes. On you can find me on Spotify if you want to go listen to the music that I listen to, or judge me heavily based off the 95 playlist that I have. Go find me on Spotify. Let me know. I like music.
Let her know. Let her know.
Yeah, the Twitters. I don't post on Twitter, but you can find me on Twitter as well.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I only have 2 Spotify playlists you could find if you looked at my account. One of them is just like some songs I liked in 2018 back when I used Spotify, and the other one is just a master playlist of all of my movie reviews because I've had like 4 different incarnations of movie review podcasts. So I made a Spotify playlist that combines all the episodes of fucking the Riely and Kathy's Dead Name movie review podcast, the Rad movie review podcast, the Riely Live movie review podcast and Issue Crew movie reviews all in one big playlist. So if you ever wanted to hear me review movies for a long time, you can
Is
listen to that playlist.
your Spotify under your government name?
It might be.
So, what I did a while ago, back when Demi and I think we were talking about music on
No.
either on the
My
podcast, but
podcast is
like,
under my podcast is not my podcast. My Spotify account I think is GameSpy 2020 still. Like that's one of the old hat accounts.
okay. Some people have it as like their first and last name, so people can find you.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure my Spotify is GameSpy 2020.
So my Spotify is Kolochu. Any social media or anything like that outside of Facebook is Kolochu. Kolochu does not have a Facebook, by the way. Maybe eventually, if I'm like, yeah, here's my last name. Cool, have fun, go, yeah. But like, not yet. But yeah, go check me out. Kolochu, Kolochu.
Go.
Riely, where would you like our listeners to try and find you?
Well, listeners, if you look at the description or twitter.com/Riely tweets at the pinned tweet, you will find a link tree, linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. It's got links to all sorts of podcasts and YouTube channels, all the content you could ever want by me, yours truly. I produce several hours of content every week without fail. It's pretty crazy. It's insane even. And you should check it out. There's some cool stuff coming down the pipe. I had some pretty interesting people want to be guests on Pokemon Variety Hour. They actually like reached out to me formally. So that will be very interesting. I've been kind of ghosting them because I have like this weird compulsion to ghost people. It's like a weird habit I have that I can't shake. But I'm gonna stop doing that and message them back once we're done here. So we'll get that scheduled, and that'll be fun. And of course, new issue crew every week without fail, except this might be the first week where we fail, because they're between possible technical errors and maybe some episode contents that we're not super cool with. The episode we recorded last night might get scrapped, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull another one. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens to the issue crew this week. But we've produced one every week for the last 38 weeks, and we'll continue to do so in the foreseeable future. So yeah, all sorts of fun content you can find that I'm in. And thank you all for listening to the Detour Ahead podcast, episode 37. Goodbye.
Almost hitting that 1 year, by the way. 1 year
I
is
know.
52.
Well, that would be if we hadn't missed any weeks, which we did. So it's a little
One
sooner than
okay.
52.
1 year of fully uploading
1
50.
year's worth
It's
of a weekly podcast, even if it's not technically entirely housed within 1 year because of missed weeks.
yeah, it's
I feel
anyway,
like in that situation you probably just celebrate like every 50.
either or,
Because
it's fine.
if it actually feels better anyway. Usually I just celebrate both if I remember, because fuck it, why not? But for a lot of shows where like I forget the anniversary, or in some cases, with Pokemon Variety Hour in particular, when I re-uploaded them to the new feed, I did not have the original upload dates, so I do not know when Pokemon Variety Hour's anniversary is. So whenever we celebrate milestones on that show, it's like episode 50, episode 100. Because those are just like the big numbers, you know.
Yeah.
150 we're pretty close to. I don't know if we're not gonna quite get there once we're done creating all the episodes we have left that we plan to make before we make Pokemon Variety Hour only once in a blue moon show. So it might be a while before we hit 150, but we're close enough that I believe we will get there someday. So that'll be cool.
Eventually. Anyway, I have been your lovely co-host, Alex, aka Kolochu.
I've been Riely, and we'll see you next week.